So, you want to learn how to drive manual, right? It's really not that difficult. In all honesty, your left pedal is your clutch, middle is your brake, and then that is your go-go gas, right? So, like I said, it is very kind of complicated at first. It took me like maybe 2 hours to figure this car out. Never owned a manual before this, and I did drive one manual. I take that back. I drove a Fiat 500 when I was like 13 years old, and I was absolutely horrible at it. But we are going to switch to my friend the GoPro here, and we are going to teach you fellas how to bang out the gears. And like I said, a lot of people get scared by it because it's kind of hard to drive them sometimes, and I get that. Other vehicles work different. So all manuals are not the same as this. But at least for my 5.0, it's very simple. I got a good clutch in it, and it's just simple for me to go. But we're going to switch to the GoPro. So, first off, my manual is a little bit different from other people. The first thing I could recommend you guys do is make sure your car's off, right? And basically, what I always did is I'd just float through the gears. Like, that's first, that's second, that's third, that's fourth, that's fifth, and then that's sixth, right? So first off, when you go to start a manual, you want to put this baby in neutral, right? You could smack it back and forth, okay? You're going to push your foot in all the way on the clutch. You're going to start it. Nothing's going to happen because you are in neutral and you got your parking brake up. Once you put your parking brake up and leave it in neutral, it'll start to roll, right? And it'll stall out normally. That's what it normally does. Now, I'm going to restart it, keep my foot applied on the brake. Now, the hardest part for a lot of people, from like what I've come to realize, is getting it going. Once you get it going, it's not hard to shift through the gears. Downshifting is another part that I'm going to go through too in this video. But when you're getting ready to go, what you need to do is push your foot in all the way, dump it into first, right? And you want to slowly let the RPMs creep up on it and get to about like 2 grand and slowly let out. And basically what I want you to do is when you let out the clutch, you're going to let it out slow as piss, right? Like you want it to start rolling first. Like once you feel it start rolling, slowly and then just a little bit faster, let out of that clutch. And the biggest thing that I did when I got this car is I went down to an open parking lot like this, and I was just putting around in it to see what it could do, you know? Because I didn't want to end up hurting somebody or hurting myself or whatever the case may be. And I put it around in a parking lot for like 10, 15 minutes, you know, before I went out on the highway. And like I said, really not that big of a deal. It's very simple to drive these. It's just, it takes practice. And then when you shift, same process, right? You're going to push and clutch all the way, throw it down into second, and then let out slow. And then boom, you're going, you know? And we'll get into the burnouts and all that stuff in another video so you guys can learn how to do that. But I had somebody comment asking me for a video to show how to drive a manual, but this is the only way to own a sports car. I don't care what anybody tells you. You can have your automatics, they're horrible in my opinion. I think it's dumb to own a sports car and not get a manual. But like when I go to downshift, basically what I do, like I'm coming up on a stop sign, right? I'm going to push in clutch, first gear, then give it a little bit of gas, give it till about 3 grand, and then you're good to go. And then like when you go to shift, like look at this. Second, give it to about 6,500, third, and then fourth. See, it's really not that bad. Oh crap, I was going way too fast coming up on that turn. Basically, your biggest thing is going to be getting it going. And a lot of people do struggle with that, and I get it. It is difficult. It took me quite a while to learn it too. So I don't really judge people based on that because, like I said, it took me quite a while. But you seen how I shifted right there? I gave it a little bit of gas to about 3 grand. And you're not going to be that good like first day. It took me like a good month to honestly like get to the point where I could like drive like I am now. Hope there ain't no game warden up here. Yeah, there isn't. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm able to get on this baby and like bang out the gears and not be scared of like messing it up. But like I said, it takes practice. It took me, like I said, about a month or two, and then I was getting to the point where I got pretty good at it. Like your downshifts, you just want to, like I said, I got it to about 3 grand. It shifts in, it doesn't jerk or anything like that. That is the biggest thing I can tell you guys. Give it a little bit of gas to about 3 grand and then shift it, you know. And you want to push your clutch in, give it the gas, and then put it in gear. That's what I do. It's probably not the best for the transmission or the clutch, but that's how I do it. I know people that do it different ways, and I've seen them blow up transmissions like crazy. So that's why I think my version's probably better for it. And like I said, I drive this baby and it's like butter. It really is. But yeah, I really don't know. Like, I don't really know what else to explain. Like, it's very simple. It really is. And I could go more in depth in another video for sure. It's just, I don't really know like what you guys want to know about it. Like, I just don't. But I mean, that's just my version on how to drive a stick. And for a lot of people, it's just better if you just go figure it out yourself and like get into an open parking lot, like I said, and just figure it out. Like, figure out where the RPM shift, figure out where your gears are. Like, but before you do anything, just float through the gears like 10 times. Make sure you know what gear's what, and just be smart about it, because it's not good if you go to shift from third into first. That is horrible. I did that twice, and I thought I about blew up my transmission, but I didn't. For the grace of God, I didn't. I was so happy I didn't, because that really would have not been good. But I'm taking you guys down to the old sunset spot here, down here on the lake. We'll show you guys it. Here, I'll step out and show you. But yeah, oh man, dude, I forgot I had like really dark tint and it's like really bright outside. But yeah, like I said, this is the old sunset spot. Here's the beautiful car here. Sunset spot is literally goated, dude. I don't care what anybody says. Like, I got the most OP sunset spot because the sunset's like right back in there. And oh my gosh, it looks crazy. Like about like 7 o'clock in the summers, dude, it's just a vibe. It really is. But I figured you guys might want a video or two of me doing some pulls in this baby, so we're gonna go on ahead and do that. Oh man, it about slid out on me again. That's another thing. These suckers have no butt end at all. Like, these suckers want to slide on you, and it is scary sometimes, but man, it's fun. And the only reason I didn't burn the tires is because I got advanced track on. When you're learning how to drive manual, keep your advanced track on, because you don't want to be the idiot that slides into the crowd because you weren't paying attention, didn't have advanced track on. Like, I literally only take that off if I'm like doing some burnouts or something. Oh my gosh. This thing is just awesome, man. Like, whoever commented that and said they were getting this car, buy it. It will be the best thing you ever bought. Like, I like the newer ones too. Man, these 13s and 14s, I love them. They got a special place in my heart. I don't care what anybody says. Your car might be very well faster, but you wait. Like, because I'm going to do the long tubes, Boss 302, get a retune done on it. Then I might just play slap nuts enough and save up enough money in the next year and get a Paxton Pro charger on it. I don't know. Them Paxtons are pretty nasty, but I just don't want to get it to the point where I'm like having to do all this transmission modification and all this crap, and then it's not reliable. I do not like the idea of that, but I want it to be spicy enough where it's fast. Like, not too fast, but fast enough where I can like really get on it, like whip up on some little scat packs. But that's at least the goal. Hopefully you guys feel a little bit more comfortable driving a manual now. I feel like I explained it the best way that I kind of figured it out and learned it, and like, I really wasn't explained nothing about a manual, so I just kind of figured it out on my own. That's kind of the best advice I can give you in my personal opinion of owning it. But I'm probably going to end the video here, so hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.